Hi everyone, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel. I am going to do a little bit of paper crafting today. I just want to have some fun, and when I want to have some really great paper crafting fun and not have to think about what I'm doing too much, I get out some supplies to make some ATC cards. So I have some things on my desktop, and I think this is all I will need. I may grab for a few other items, possibly some glue stick. Actually, I will use a glue stick. So I have some glue stick, and I have some stickles, some liquid pearls. So the only liquid pearl colors that I use are the gold, the silver, and the actual pearl. I love them, but in my stickles, I have some pink, some blue, some gold, some silver, and some of the pearl, just the iridescence. It's not colored. I love it. So I love playing with stickles and liquid pearls and things like that when I'm doing just some easy paper crafting. Of course, the permanent glue stick, as well as my liquid glue. This is the Tombow liquid glue. I love it as well. So because I am using a specific little paper pad, I am going to take my Delusions from Diane Reevely, and I have these colors here. I have, what are the colors of these? It's a mixed media ink palette. Does it have colors? Oh, bubblegum pink and calypso teal and dirty martini. I imagine that's the green, and the black. So yeah, this is a really good ink pad. Yeah, this is a really good ink pad to use. It's from Ranger, and it's the archival ink, so these are permanent inks. I love these. I love these. And it gives you, this is one of the very first ink pads I ever bought because I wanted to have some black, but I also wanted to have a few colors, and blue, green, and pink. Yeah, I can't go wrong with that. I also have a couple brushes, and I'll show you the paper pad that I'm going to use. So I have this. It's just 12 sheets of paper. It is, I just hauled this last week, I think. This came from TEMU, and I absolutely loved it. It wasn't what I thought it was. I thought I was just getting these pretty spring colors, but it's like a little miniature paper pad. It's got these cutouts, these ones, oh, this row of little rain boots with florals in them, plus all of these coordinating matching papers. So when I saw these, my mind immediately went to tags and ATCs, and I'm going to make a couple ATCs today. I'm not even going to bother cutting mine out of cardstock because I'm going to use these blank playing cards. These are going to be linked in my Amazon store, of course. I'm pretty sure that I got the ink pad from Amazon as well, so if I can find that, that was a long time ago. If I can find it, I definitely will link that in my store too, but you don't have to have an ink set like that. You can just use your favorite ink pads. I'm also going to use some scissors, probably a bone folder just to flatten my papers out. And I put everything in a tray as I was getting it ready because I wanted to make sure I had everything I needed. So I've got a few other things laying around on my desk, and I'll probably go to those as well. So I'm going to make a trio because I always make ATCs in threes. That's just the way that I do it. And I am going to look for three. I'm going to set these aside, but I'm going to look for 3 background papers. So I want these for bits to put on top. So I'm just going to set them aside, and I'm going to look for 3 of these background papers that I like. So I definitely am going to go with this pink right here. And I'll probably go with this one because the bees on here are so small that you can hardly see them. And then this pink as well. Or do I want that green? Oh gosh, maybe I want this green. So 2 pinks and a green like that. And I'll save the rest of these for bits on top, I think. But these are really pretty for spring colors. I'm going to start by gluing these down. So I'm going to grab my glue stick, put my papers up there. I'm just going to take my first piece of paper, put my playing card on top of it, and I'm going to glue down onto my playing card. So I'm going to make sure I've got a good amount of glue around the outside edge of this, and then a little bit down the middle as well. Then I'm just going to take this, make sure there's glue everywhere, and I'm going to put it down into this corner right here so that I don't waste any of this paper. And I'm going to glue that right onto there. So I'm not even getting my trimmer out to cut these papers first. I don't need to because I'm using these playing cards. I think that's just a really easy way to do it. So I'm going to start with my next one. Because I'm doing these in a set, I can work on all 3 together. That's why I like this. Doing a trio of playing cards for my ATCs just makes this so easy. Anybody can do this. And ATCs are such fun things to trade. If you go on Facebook, there are a lot of ATC trading groups. I used to belong to one that was strictly for Canadian girls, so we didn't have to ship all over the place and pay a lot of postage. Postage has gone up, eh? And a lot of us that do our paper crafting, we do it as cheaply as possible. So having to make something and then spend a lot of money to ship it somewhere just isn't in the budget for us all. So look for a paper crafting group or just an ATC trading group. I've also traded these things all over the world. I have a binder that I've received ATCs, and I put them all in a binder, of course, because that's what we do with them. I'm just going to trim this out while I talk, but that's what we do with them. So I have trading cards from all over the world, and I have them that are like done like paper crafting like this. I have ATCs on watercolor paper that somebody has done their watercolor art on. I've got little tiny pencil drawings. It's just whatever your preferred form of art is, done in a miniature. That's all it is, guys. It's so simple, so easy. The concept is easy. Just the whole concept of an artist trading card. It's in the name. You don't sell these. You don't buy them. You trade them. I'm cutting out my little corners, but I may come back in with a corner rounder when I'm done. But I actually think these small corners are round enough, so I might not have to do that. And these are definitely spring themed because this whole paper pad is just spring themed. This is really cute. I will link this in the description box. It was $2.11 for this little stack of 12 papers, but it's such a beautifully coordinated bit of paper that, I mean, it's fabulous, just fabulous for spring. So I have these. I don't have long today to craft. I mean, I've got a lot to do today, but I always like to be in here for a little bit every day. So I'm going to cut out Actually, I'm not going to cut out. I want to make these a little bit more coordinating. So now I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to tear a corner, just a corner off. Because now I can put that on there. And I'm going to do another corner. And I'm tearing up. I can put that one on there. And I think I'm going to go with this one because I think this one will look better on there. So I'm just, oops, tear up because I want to edge the paper in some ink. So let's do that, that, and that. Yes. So I'm going to edge this. I'm going to start with the pink. This is a really bright pink. And then I'm going to glue this down on here. And I'm going to do some green. And this is a different color of green, so it's not going to match. It's going to accent, I guess, is the word. I'm not sure. If it was the exact same green, there would be no purpose in doing this because it would be the same. There. So just a little bit of inking. Now I'm going to put these down on here. Yeah, this is the perfect craft when you want to do something, but you don't have time. It's perfect. Oops, I'm going to grab my paper again. This dries really fast, this glue. So as long as I move this from one side to the other on this little piece of paper, I've still got a dry spot. Ooh. A lot of liquid just came out of that glue. So these glue sticks, I don't know. I've never had glue sticks like them before. I had these recommended to me, so I gave them a try. But it gets warm in here because my desk is beside a baseboard heater. It's the only place that I can put it in my room. So every once in a while, this just gets kind of watery, and I think it's from the heat. So I have these. Now let's see what I have here to cut out. I actually think I'm going to go for some of the other papers first. I love this, this, and this, or this, this, and this. This, and this. So pretty, right? I only have 3 cards, and I want to use them. So I think these ones. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to cut a smaller piece. I think I want my rain boots on here. So I'm going to cut I'm just going to layer that like that. Am I at the point where I could put... No, I'm going to do that. Butterflies. Like that, and more butterflies. That corner. I need to take a little bit more off of this. Like that. And I'm going to ink these in that green. So that one. And this time I'm not adding more ink. I'm just using what's on my brush. Okay, so adding a little bit more. So layering the paper like this is just another way to get a lot more dimension and color on each one of your cards. I've done this before. I love doing this actually because it makes things a set without making them identical, if you know what I mean. And swapping the papers out like this does the same thing. I can see the green near the bottom of this. Glue sticks, so I know I'm getting there. Actually, I don't want this one. I was going to do butterflies on 2 of them, but I think I do want to break into this one. I like this corner right here. So I think that's too big. I knew it was going to be too big the way it was tearing. So I'm just going to tear a little bit more off and put this. I like this floral. I didn't want them all to be the same. So I was doubting whether I wanted to cut into another piece of paper like that, but I like this paper pad so much. I might just go and buy another one if they still have them. I'll just add another one of these to my next TEMU order so I have it back up in my stash, because I haven't seen a really pretty spring paper pad in the 6x6 like this before, and 6x6 is my preferred size for doing small paper projects like ATCs, tags, tabs, bookmarks, anything like that. It's just my preferred size. So I've got these started. I just absolutely love them. They are adorable. Now let me see. I think I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use it for something else. Not just yet. I'm going to put all these papers back together because I'm getting close to being done with these. I could make another dozen cards with just these 12 pieces of paper. I could make a dozen ATCs. So I have these, and so I think, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to fussy cut some of these out, so I'll just do some of that, and I'll fast forward to when I'm done. So I'm going to take these boots, and I'm going to cut 2-inch pieces, just 2 inches of this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to divide it into 3 because it's a 6-inch wide paper. So I'm just folding it like that. So I'm going to cut it between this boot right here and that boot right there, so that I have boots, larger boots, for the bottom of each card. And I'm going to put them at the bottom of each one. I'm going to cut that black boot off of there because it's not a whole boot. And because I've got boots there, I'm just going to add the smallest one on there. So I'm going to put that one on there. I'm going to put this one on here and this one on here like that. But before I put them on there, I am going to ink them. And I'm going to ink them with a little bit of black, just going along the edge here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this liquid glue because I can put a tinier amount on here. And I'm just going to go around the edge. And then on this one that has a lot of green, I want to add this telephone booth because I think it's adorable. And then on this one over here, I'm going to add this flower cart. And then here, I absolutely love this little car, but I don't think it's enough. But on the top of this one, I was thinking about making a banner. So if I add these tiny little banner pieces, now to finish that, I need my Sharpie pen because it won't run. And then I need to connect these like this. Just like that. But I'm also going to there. I have that little banner, that little cart. And the telephone booth. I want to go around that as well. And then this one says fresh from the garden, which I think I want to put there. I want to put this hat over here. These florals match that just perfectly, so maybe I'll put that little car on there beside the phone booth. This fresh from the garden. This little hat. Like that, I think. Ugh, there wasn't enough glue on this to stick it down. I want this to dry a little bit before I go around it. And spring flowers on there. This one says gather the ones you love, which I think need to go on here. There. And that, yes. Okay, so I'm going to go around these there. I think there's enough black on this one already. I also want just some black. This one's got some black dots on it, and I like that look. So I'm going to just do some black dots. Just a few black dots there. Some black dots there. Just on the green paper. That one already has some black dots on it, so that's fine. Now, I do want to go around these. So gather. I've gone around that already. I'm not trying to do a straight line here. I'm sketching it. Like that. This one has a green background, so I'm going to go around it in green. Let me get my corner rounder though first. I'm going to do the smallest one that I have. That's better. This is easier than trying to turn these over and trimming those corners perfectly with my scissors. So this one's got the biggest amount of pink on it, but it's got a lot of green on it too. So am I going to do green? I'm going to do green. Where it really needs it is here around the white. So this one has a lot of pink on it, so I think I'm going to do pink around the edge. And this one's got to be green. There. Now to finish these off, look at my hands. To finish these off, I've got some pink stickles, or I have some of these pearl drops, and I think I'm going to use the pearl drops. So these are liquid pearls, and all you have to do is squeeze a little bit out. And so I'm going to make some dots, just some pearls. So I'm going to put one here. So you just put it straight down and up, and it will self-level itself into the perfect pearl. I have no idea how it works, but it does. And they're tiny, so see? Just beautiful. So I'm going to do 3 there. I'm going to do 3 there. I think I'm going to do 3 across here because there's not much happening at the top of this. There. So 3, 3, and 3, just like that. I like having the little beads on there, but I think I'm going to do just a couple of little things with the stickles. So I put a little bit of sparkle on the windows of the car. And just a tiny little bit of sparkle where the window is in the phone booth. And then there's just, you can't hardly see it. I bet you can't see it. So a little teeny tiny bit of sparkle to the banner, a tiniest little bit of sparkle to the band around the hat, and just the front edge of the black boot. And then on this one, I added a little more where any of the glass would be, and a little bit on the black boot, kind of with the thought that when water splashes up on a black boot, it makes it shine. So those are my ATC cards. I hope you enjoyed them. I have fun making them. I think it's easy, especially with a paper kit like this, where you have just so much coordinating paper. I used the same papers on all of them, but they're all different. That's fine. That's what makes them a set. So If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love if you did that now before you left so you can come back and see what else I'm up to. I'll see everyone in the next one. Until then, let me know where you're watching from. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye for now.